Yes, I am something of a wand maker myself.
You can't be turning people into snow people. You just can't.
Well, I can, and I will.
So that is your intention, is to like take over, like a big bad guy.
I crave power.
What does your assistant look like?
He is a frog. He's in front of you, and your huge muscled body just crushes him against the side of the ravine, and he is decimated.
All right, let's head on into this town and find this little frog boy.
Excellent. So you all begin walking into the town. You kind of get on one of the side streets. You see there's some people, but here and there. But as you kind of get closer to the middle of town, you see there's a bit of a festival going on. You see some like banners. You get the sense that there's like a winter festival occurring in this town. Because you see in the middle, kind of this little, very quaint town square. There's several big bonfires and like big pots of stew being cooked. You do see a big statue in the middle of town that just kind of seems to be there, like this big stone statue of this like soldier in like plate armor, sword raised in the air kind of thing. And you do get some kind of odd looks as you come in, but you see there's a very like happy woman walking around with like a big basket of like freshly baked bread. Can I offer you some bread? Welcome to our town. Come for the festival, I assume.
Absolutely.
Yes.
She hands you some bread. You guys can each have a bite of that if you want. Even let you get a single point of HP back if you want it.
Nice.
And you kind of get your bearings. As you're looking around, you do see that there's like this group of kids running around, and they kind of run up and stop and look up at all of you. And one of them kind of look at you, Big Daddy, and says, "Hey, you look weird. What's wrong with you?
Listen to me.
Look at him, guys. He's old." And they all point at you.
That it didn't bother me when he said the first thing.
Yeah.
When he said the second part, I pulled back. I was gonna kind of get in his face, but now I'm like, yeah, well, you look like a stupid little brat.
You look like a wannabe wizard. Where'd you get that hat from?
Someone died for this hat, man.
Whoa. You're a bummer, man. Let's go play somewhere else. And they all run off to go play by the statue.
God.
Big Daddy, I know you're probably in some pain. You've suffered a great loss today.
Why are you so attached to this?
We don't want to make a scene here.
Little fella.
It's not that. It's little kids just kind of got to me. It just.
Was it the old comment?
I hate kids.
Okay, well, all right.
There's nothing about old.
Just keep that to yourself. We talk about this a lot.
I ain't old. I'm two-time intercontinental. They don't give that to anybody.
Yeah, we'll give it to some young guy soon. All right.
But you're in this town square. I presume you're looking for the assistant. I will say right now, you don't see a frog person.
Cool.
How do you know?
Wait.
Look again.
Are there
Check in the back.
mainly just humans here, or is it like a bunch of
I would say
different-
there's mainly humans. You do see a couple of dwarves and elves. It looks like you get a better sense here that you are in like a very classic fantasy setting as you're looking around, But mostly, I would say 90% humans.
Is there like a guard nearby or something?
Yeah, I would say there's like a militiaman kind of leaning against a wall.
I just want to walk up and just ask if they've seen a frog.
Have I seen a frog?
Have you seen a frog boy running around?
A frog person.
Frog man.
Oh, the one. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Now that you say frog man, frog boy, the one with all the sweaters on.
Yeah, two
Yes,
sweaters.
Two specifically.
Yeah.
Two sweaters.
Funny you mention it.
Have
Yeah,
you
he's in the tavern getting drunk.
He is in the tavern getting drunk. Do you know his name by any chance?
No, I don't know his name, but we're talking about him.
Has there been an influx of snow people anywhere around here? Kids, build a snow person. Influx
Yeah, well,
of-
they've been building all kinds of snow people since the winter started.
there's a lot of them here today, now.
Not more than usual. I guess, build them in alleyways, put like
Any of them
tubers in their
seem to
face and
have
stuff.
faint screams coming out.
Is there something wrong, sir?
All right, to
Well,
the
I
frog.
think the issue here is that the wizard sent us down here to retrieve his sweaters.
May God rest
Wizard.
his soul.
As
and
he
I'll
wanted to dig a couple holes.
Take it
But
up,
he
put
needed
it.
his sweaters to do
That
that.
old crazy guy on the mountainside?
Yeah.
Cravatius?
He,
Gravadius?
Cravatius.
Cravadius.
He summoned us to fetch his sweaters from his assistant.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing.
Your new assistants to him then?
Yep.
Sure.
No.
See? And I pull out the stack of wands. I go, yeah, you know, we help him with his wands and stuff. And I put him.
Let's not go waving those things around.
I put him.
I'm not an
I put him
assistant.
on.
I was a friend.
Is a friend.
He looks
is
you
a
up and
friend.
down. He sees you wearing the hat. You still get blood all over you. Are you all right? Is a wizard okay?
It was just a real tough ride down the mountain. I mean, you know how treacherous that is.
I could use
Never
a
done
hug.
it. I've never climbed the mountain.
Okay. Well,
We're gonna head to the tavern and see our frog bud.
Yeah, well, enjoy. Get yourself some nice spice cider for me, all right? And hey, make sure your friend's all right. He looks a little shaken.
I could use a hug.
could you hug Big Daddy for us?
Could you hug Big Daddy for us?
he
I
looks
think he
around a
needs
little. Well,
In the spirit of the holiday.
In the spirit
okay,
of
I can give you-
Christmas.
sure, man. I'll give you a hug. Goes in.
And I'm gonna keep it tight for a minute. Give it one of those.
Yeah,
Big Daddy, don't squeeze too tight now.
that's you in the back.
All right.
That's
appreciate
there you go. You all right, man?
What's your name, sir?
My name's Bill.
Bill. I'm Big Daddy. It was nice to meet your acquaintance, Bill.
Big Daddy.
You're a good soul, and I hope you continue to be a human.
I thank you. I hope I do too. I'm gonna go make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. He picks up the spear that was leaning against the wall and he walks off, and then glancing over his shoulder as he goes. But the tavern he gestured to has got a sign up front. It's called the Frosted Mug. And see this kind of like depiction of an icy mug of ale on the sign, and you see there's you can kind of hear some music drifting out from inside the tavern.
Cool. Yeah.
Kind of
Let's go find our
wanna
frog
have-
person.
Yeah. Frog
Eastern
boy.
European electro pop.
He must be getting drunk before he turns the whole town into snowmen.
Cool. So you guys walk over to the tavern. It's a small little place. Again, it's not a big town, but it's a very cozy environment. You do see there is a dwarf behind the bar here with his braided beard, serving up these mugs of ale and cider. There's a nice, like a raging fire in the hearth. Very clean place, built with these kind of big, treated planks of wood and logs. Not incredibly crowded, but I will say, as soon as you walk in, you do notice sitting at the bar on one end is this little frog guy, a bullywug, with 2 layers of sweaters on. You see he's kind of slumped over at the bar. 3 empty mugs in front of him, and he's got a 4th one that he's working on. Just that's what he's doing.
Are the sorry?
Okay.
Are the bar stools around him open, or are they
Yeah.
occupied?
Yeah, well, he's on one far end, but I'd say the ones next to it, the 3 next to him are open.
So we go and sit next to him. I must do something real quick first, and I go immediately to the bartender, and I go, "What's some special shit that you've got serving up today?
Well,
I want something I've never heard of before."
something I've never heard of. Well, I think I might have just the thing for you. Are you a whiskey man?
I do partake, yeah.
Well, you might find it quite interesting because we just got in. And he goes and pulls up a jug of this kind of like dark amber colored liquid. This here is what we call frost whiskey. We age it in casks we bury under the snow for 3 years. And we keep juniper in there.
You don't even have to say anything else. I need some of that right now.
I thought I recognized you as a good connoisseur of a good, strong spirit when you walked.
But first, can I pay you, not in gold, in wands?
Are you propositioning me for something right now?
I don't have any money, but I really would love a drink. I could do something for you, perhaps. I could get that little frog out of here.
Could you get the frog out of here?
Do you want the frog out of
He's
here?
becoming kind of a problem.
We'll get the frog out of here.
All right. Fair enough.
Check on it.
First one for the frog. Goes over, shakes your hand,
Shakes.
and he pours you, 2 fingers of this whiskey in a
Swirl it
clay
around,
mug.
take a sip, and my eyes just like, Oh my God. Have you ever seen the movie Ratatouille? Never mind. This is
what?
delicious. Thank you so much. And Frog, consider him gone.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. If you need something else, you let me know.
Of course. And then I'll go over and then we can deal with our frog boy.
I think I'm just gonna walk up and just. Is this bar like the bar actually kind of empty, or is it?
The bar's mostly empty. Most people are sitting in tables, around the tavern space itself.
So empty bar. I'm just gonna walk up and sit in the stool directly next to this frog, and not just like I'm just sitting at a bar.
Yeah. So he kind of sniffs and looks over at you, looks up to you. This is a little frog guy, so he's a bullywug. You're like humanoid frog, small creature, like think a halfling or gnome in terms of size. But he's got these two mismatched sweaters, one on top of the other, and he's just kind of sitting there at the bar, looks over at you as you sit down, kind of gives you a bit of a nod, and turns back and drinks more.
I kind of look down at him. 2 sweaters, huh?
Right. Yeah, 2 sweaters. Cold out there, I guess.
You had to come a long way to get here.
Yeah, sled down the mountain,
That's a treacherous slope there.
Yeah, pretty treacherous. You gotta watch those ravines.
Yeah. You see any antelope on your way down?
Saw some caribou.
Caribou.
Yeah. Well, what's your name, friend?
The name's Merrick.
Name's Gilly.
Gilly.
Gilly, yeah.
Gilly, my friend. Why were you sledding down this mountain?
Oh, fucking job. Assistant to a wizard. Supposed to come down here and do some stuff. So I came down here and I don't know, man. You ever feel like you're just not on the right path for your life?
Every day of my life. What kind of job did you have when you were coming down here?
Oh, I was supposed to turn some people into snow monsters and, just stuff like that.
You don't really seem like you want to do all that.
No, I don't. I quit.
Oh, you quit?
Yeah, I haven't told them yet. Probably won't, but I plan on taking the next wagon out of here.
Yeah, I don't think you will.
How were you?
What?
I said it quietly to myself.
No.
How were you planning on turning people into snow people?
Oh, yeah, my boss, ex-boss, this wand he made, it's whatever. I don't really want to talk about work anymore.
Let's say you give us that wand, you leave, we'll take it and discard it for you.
My friend, I would be thrilled to give you that wand.
Okay.
Don't have it anymore.
Where is it?
I gave it to some kids outside.
Oh, great.
You are also a freak. I just want to let you know.
Thanks, man.
And I'm gonna turn around and immediately start walking out. Not really like expecting anyone to follow. Just
You start leaving. You see the bartender say, "Oh, hang on there, friend. You said you were gonna
yeah.
our deal arrangement."
My friend here is gonna make sure he is getting on out of here.
Then I'm gonna kind of say,
While I'm sitting at the bar,
okay. And I'm just gonna,
speaking of your boss, he sent me here to get those 2 sweaters from you.
He said, "Oh, you work for Cravatius?"
As of a little while ago, yeah. I guess we do.
Man, he moved fast. He must have known I was gonna quit. Huh. How about you don't take the sweaters, but you say you do?
Maybe he's expecting them. You know how he is.
This guy is drunk, but he kind of bleary-eyed look over at you. Wait a second. Looks you up and down. That's Cravatius' hat.
He lent it to us for the trek down. He said it would provide more balance, stability.
I'll tell you what.
Damn it! I asked him to wear that hat every day. And every day he said, no, a wizard never shares his hat, especially with a frog.
Would you like to?
Listen to me. Maybe he had bigger things going on and didn't want you to use his hat, okay?
Maybe
He's a complex man.
Maybe you could try the hat on now. Big Daddy, could he try the hat on?
Could I try?
Just for a second.
Could I try the hat?
Just see if it fits.
No, I don't
Just for 1 second, Big
Hey
Daddy.
man, look at me.
think so.
I'm a frog in a sweater. Imagine me in that hat.
Yeah,
Be a frog.
Holy
with
shit, is that
sweaters
one
and
of
a hat.
Cravatius' teeth? And he picks a teeth.
And I
out.
strike.
Do you?
yeah. Like, hey, don't touch me.
You're gonna punch him?
Yeah, just.
Yeah, give me an attack roll. This is an unarmed strike.
Okay, 19.
Yeah.
I do.
You hit the drunk frog in the
I don't want to like really. I don't want to full hit him.
Yeah.
Let me just do my. Can I just do my strength mod? I just wanted like. I don't even really want to do damage.
Yeah,
honestly.
it's more just like a slap.
Yeah, just like boom.
I'll say you do 1 point of damage.
Cool. I probably would have killed him if not. I don't know what his HP is.
It's not very high, let me put it that way.
He is a frog boy.
Big Daddy. Easy.
No, he's reached for the hat. Just listen to me here.
Hey.
Oh, just.
It's cool. It's cool.
Just let him try to hat on.
He throws up a little bit.
It's not an option.
Let him try.
The hat's not coming off.
Look, man, you know what? I don't give a shit. I don't want the hat anyway.
Hey.
I don't want this job anymore. And you know what? Tell Gravatius that he can screw his sweaters because I'm wearing them and I'm taking them back to the swamp.
Screw you! Those are you. You don't need 2 sweaters. Those are his sweaters. You're just some frog, some low-life drunk frog sitting here at the bar.
Yada, and he goes to slap you. he rolls an 18. He slaps you with his frog hand. 1 point of damage.
Wet.
Yeah.
I don't even move my jaw. I take the damage, but I don't even like move. I just kind of eat the slap.
The rest of the tavern is like dead quiet now, and everyone's watching you two square up because you're this big guy. This little frog is looking up at you, kind of swaying a bit in his sweaters.
All right, fellas. We don't have to let this get out of hand. I'm gonna take the frog's
Big Daddy, remember-
cider and just down the rest of it.
Hey,
All right, you're done here. Let's leave.
Give me the sweater,
the hell,
frog.
man. No, let's tuck this outside.
You want to take this outside?
Tuck this outside. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know who you're talking to here?
If you're feeling
Frogman?
froggy, then jump.
This is
a
Big
punk?
Daddy,
This is Big fucking Daddy.
the intergalactic, interplanetary.
Continental.
Inter-universal 2-time champion.
What are you even saying, man? You're making up words.
Yeah, we are. Let's go outside.
You know, yeah, freaking dictionary.
Let's go!
You're
Green
disturbing
eyes.
these people's holiday cider.
There. Turns to the tavern. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That was very heartfelt.
He pretends to take off a hat that he doesn't have. Turns around and stumbles towards the door of the tavern. You all follow him?
Yeah, I follow him. I'm just like seething. I'm ready to fucking kill this frog. Like Big Daddy is. I'm
Yeah.
just like talking shit.
As you get to the walking towards the door, you walk out into the street. You see he kind of turns to face you, and then he looks up. Oh fuck! And as he looks up, you look back. You see at the same time a bunch of people scream, and you turn around to see the group of kids that insulted you is standing at the base of the statue, and one of the kids has this wand in his hand. Is pointing up, and he's staring up, and you see the statue has turned into a giant snowman that still retains the shape of this like plate armored statue soldier, but it's the size of a giant, like 30 feet tall.
Is it sentient?
Yeah, and immediately starts to move. And you see everyone go, "Ah!" People scream, start running around, and immediately chaos ensues as this giant steps off the side of the platform that the statue is on, and immediately goes to kick one of the kids. But you see an adult sweeps them up and runs off. The wand falls on the ground, and yeah, roll for initiative for me. This is Cole from the future, just letting you know that we're doing something a bit different this episode. In short, we have decided to edit out all the dice rolls, all of the math, and all of the rules discussions in order to leave behind just the descriptive and narrative elements of combat. The hope here is that this will make combat feel a lot more like an action sequence and a lot less like, slow math. So let us know in the comments whether or not you like this editing style, and in the meantime, let's get into the fight.
Fuck yeah.
So we can keep track of what's going on around here.
I tell the frog before this, I said, we're going to settle this after.
Yeah, what if...
21.
That's a big snowman. You said 21? Mm-hmm. 21 for Silcadre. What'd you get, Big Daddy?
I got a 14.
14 for Big Daddy. And Merrick?
18.
18 for Merrick.
I'd like to say before we begin, if I may, as I'm kind of leaving the bar, seething mad from the frog wanting to kick his ass, can I rage then?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
I think that's fair. Great. So all of this starts happening immediately. Again, this like very cozy, quaint little town winter festival descends into chaos instantly as this statue comes alive. And to be clear, it was made of stone before. Now it seems to be made of a combination of like stone, but of ice and snow. So like the armor it was wearing are now these plates of thick sheets of ice. And whereas like any part that would have been like the guy's skin, is like snowy, but still wields this giant sword of this now sharpened, basically a giant icicle. So Silcadre, you are up first in initiative. What would you like to do?
I would like to try and run over and grab the wand first of all.
Sure. So I'm going to say right now, this town square, it's not very big, probably like 60 feet across. I would say with your movement, you can, from the tavern, get to the wand, which is kind of by the feet of the giant, the snow giant.
So I want to grab that, just kind of tuck it away with the other wands.
Yeah.
Can I attack still? Or would you say that's my action?
I would, to pick up the wand, I would say that can just be your bonus action.
Sure.
I think technically it's your action, but,
Yeah, and then I'll just pull my short sword out and then kind of I'll pull them both out.
Yeah.
Finger prick them, like Crimson Right.
Is that a bonus action?
I think it might be. No, Crimson Right actions in combat, so I'll just prick them.
Okay.
And then just kind of get
Kind of prepare yourself?
Yeah.
Great. So you Crimson Right your weapons, you pick up the wand, you put it in your
And
waistband.
then I take D6 necrotic damage for
Great.
activating that, which I've not been doing. I've not been taking my D6s of damage. But
Bring in Tony Hawk, get him out of here.
Tony Hawk
Tony, come on in.
breaks my neck.
Kick his ass, Tony.
He ollies into you. I guess that's something people do on a skateboard. Merrick, it's your turn now. So you see Silcadre run over, pick up the wand, put it in his waist belt. This giant kind of snow giant, like looking at its hands, kind of almost becoming self-aware.
Yeah.
But it's your turn now.
First question.
Yes,
Are there still any people around
Yes.
the being?
there are.
Okay. How close are they?
I would say there's like about a dozen people still just in the square in general.
Okay.
What are you trying to do?
I just need to know.
Fireball.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to look at Big Daddy and go, we should probably restrain the frog. And then I'm going to take out my blaster and just
At the frog or at the giant?
the giant.
Okay. You shoot the frog in the head. No.
End of the
All right,
line.
let's get this started.
Great. No. Okay. You take a shot. Give me an attack roll. And while you're rolling that, and you say we should probably restrain the frog, you see Gilly say, "Hey man, you know what? I can help. I bet I can reprogram that wand. I've seen him do it 1,000 times." Gestures up towards the mountain. Give me your attack roll.
It's a 14.
14 is just gonna miss. So you shoot and flies, stray of the giant. As you pull out this plasma blaster in this like mountain town, you see more people scream as a result of that too, and chaos and like hysteria continues to evolve.
And I'd like to use my bonus action to kind of, I think I'd like to get behind this thing, so I'm not in his line of sight.
Yeah, I would say, I said it was about 30 feet away for Silcadre, same thing. If you want to use your movement to get like right on the other side of him, you have enough movement to get up to him. If you want to get up to him and right behind him, I would allow that.
Well, I can bonus action dash. Do you think I could get around him?
I always forget you're
Yep.
a rogue. Great, yeah, you can bonus action dash and get on the other side of him for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So you can sprint off, snow flies up on your feet as you kind of dash around the side and get on the other side of the giant, which brings us to Big Daddy's turn.
How far away?
30 feet.
30 feet. I can close that distance because I'm fast. Okay, I'm gonna look at him and say, "Get ready, snowman, Big Daddy's about to bring the heat." And I'm gonna run up to him and I'm gonna strike him unarmed. Bow, bow, bow. Like just hit him with a couple quick strikes.
Yeah, you
maybe
see,
in the shin area.
Yeah, so it's got this like ice armor, and as you're like slam your fist into it, you see it starts to shatter and like plates of it kind of fall off. Now it is the giant snowman's turn, who in retaliation, you see this massive snowy ice armored form turn around, or I guess he's already facing you, and he's gonna swing this ice sword down at you in this big sweeping motion. So getting used to its newfound sentience and animated form, you see it kind of overestimates and drives it into the ground, missing completely, pulls back, makes a second attack against you.
Okay, I'm gonna deflect the attack. I'm gonna just, it's 1d10 plus my dex. I basically just reduced the damage.
Yeah, that's the snowman's turn. Next is Gilly's turn. So you see after everything's started, this frog starts jogging across, like its feet slapping in the snow, and runs up to you, Silcadre, and kind of tugs on your arm and says, "Hey, give me the wand, I think I can try to reprogram it."
I'm gonna, yeah, I'll grab it and I'll hand it to him.
Sweet. I can do this.
I do believe in you, frog boy. I really do believe in you.
I can do this.
I'm gonna grab a little bit of snow and go, like, throw it in his face and go, "You got this."
Yeah, I can do this. And he goes and plops in the snow, just like where he is, and starts fiddling with the wand. I will say he's going to do his best to try to rewire this wand. If anyone wants to help him, you can. He's got like a progression meter I'm going to be tracking over here. So if you want to help,
frog saves the day.
Yeah. But he's drunk and he is just a little guy. So
I have 4 of those wands.
But he starts working on the wand. That's going to bring us back around to your turn, Detective Silcadre Ducard.
All right. As I'm like here, I'm going to kind of like, when I hand him the wand, I want to like have a moment of like, oh shit. And I want to pull out the other wands. Can I like look over at him?
Yeah.
Do an Arcana check and kind of have him help maybe and see if we can figure out which ones these were. Like, what did they do?
Yeah.
If he remembers or anything.
Maybe, yeah. I would say if you want to make an Arcana check, and he can help you out. See, you just want to see with the ones you have, like what effects they would have. Cool. Yeah, give me an Arcana check, and you can do it with advantage to get Gilly to like glance up and give you some insight to it.
Okay, cool. That's gonna be a 19.
19. So he looks up and kind of squints at it, and you kind of both like examine at the wands. Again, like these are really like shoddily made, and there's kind of stuff sticking out of them. Like there's a quail feather, and there's the hair of a unicorn. But you're able to determine that at least one of these wands is a prototype wand of Fireball. So you can cast Fireball with it. What I will say though is because this is not a very well crafted item, if you are to use it, there is a ever so slight chance that something will go wrong.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, okay.
That's what we hope so.
Are there any guards nearby helping us try to fight this
You
thing?
see Bill, who you talked to earlier, is kind of jogging up and like kind of mouth agape, looking up at this at this giant. But he's there.
Can I yell? Now, Bill, this is kind of what we were worried about happening. Sorry we didn't mention anything.
All right.
And I'm gonna take the Fireball wand and I'm gonna go, I'm gonna need you to use this on him.
Wow. He throws on his spear.
I throw the wand of Fireball at him.
He catches it.
And then I go,
Right,
now,
Bill.
it's a little unstable. And your potential sacrifice, it could backfire.
What do you mean by?
It shoots a fireball.
All right.
It could backfire. So I need you to stand away, but it would immediately probably kill this thing. So,
Right.
if you feel comfortable, do it, but stand away from anything that could catch fire.
Give me a persuasion check as you convince this guy to use a potentially backfiring fireball wand.
Now that is a 10, but he had a warm embrace. Maybe our friend over here, he could seize him, get a little advantage or something.
I'm just gonna have him roll essentially a
yes or a no.
yeah. I'm gonna have him roll a like a wisdom save, basically to see whether he's frightened enough by this to do it or not. And he rolled a nat 1. So he says, "I don't want to die, man. I don't want to die." He drops the wand in the snow and turns and runs.
Oh, you don't have to run. You can help fight.
I don't want to die! And he runs. The only local guard around, fleeing down the street. Wand's back in the snow, though, on the ground, 10 feet away from where you were.
How do you activate a wand?
In world?
Technically, yeah, in world. Like,
I think in world, it's once you hold it, you can almost feel the power in it,
And you just-
sort of whip it.
yeah, cool.
But that's probably not the most
Yeah.
precise, technical.
Shout from across the square because I'm on the other side now. Make the frog do it.
Huh? I'm working on this one.
Pick up the other one.
Bastard. Keeps.
I'm gonna assume that's like most of my actions because I just did a lot of shit. I kind of just want to get back a little bit because I saw the giant just absolutely fuck his ass up
Yeah.
a little bit, and I don't want that to happen to me. So I want to get back.
So
bit.
you can get back. It will provoke an opportunity attack.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna vibe out.
Cool.
I'm just gonna
You stay ready, kind of
Yeah.
at the foot of this giant. Merrick, you're on the other side of the giant with your plasma blaster.
I think without saying anything, I'm just looking up at this thing. I'm just gonna.
Cool. You blast it. You see the acid from the shot kind of melts a lot of the snow on the back, or a lot of the ice on the back of its helmet.
In that case, is there anything around me that I could take cover behind?
Yeah, I would say again. There's kind of this festival going around, so there's probably some tables and chairs around, and maybe a couple of stands.
Okay.
So if you want to dive behind something, you can.
I'd like to the nearest table, kick it over, and then jump behind it.
Take cover behind Big Daddy.
And are you taking the hide action as part of that? As a bonus action?
Yes, if I'm able.
I think you can cunning action, bonus action, hide.
Yes, I can. So yes,
Cool.
I will do that.
Go ahead and just give me a stealth check as you dive behind to try to.
Love it. 9.
9. Okay. So you do take cover behind this from
Yeah.
range attacks, but you're not hidden from the giant.
Okay.
Big Daddy, that is your turn.
How does this thing look? Fine.
He's got a couple shattered parts. Part of his helmet's a little bit melted. You shattered the armor by its shin.
Some snow. Is it like a hard ice snow kind of?
So the armor is basically actual ice,
As
thick
thick as
ice.
it- yeah.
It's definitely damaged, but it's not bleeding.
Okay.
You know.
I'm gonna go back in and kind of hit him again with my unarmed strike. I'm gonna use my flurry of blows. So I'm gonna spend a focus point in the 2024 rules.
Using the updated rules.
Yep. To
and fancy.
use a flurry of blows. So I'm gonna make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action as opposed to 1.
Okay. Same thing as before. You run up. It's kind of
Yeah.
shattering the.
I'm gonna say, I'll break through this armor soon, and when I do, you're gonna be sorry. Not really giving me much to work off of here, promo-wise.
That ends your turn. That's now the snowman's turn. I think it's going to slowly It's going to take a swing at you, Big Daddy, while you're in front of it.
I'm going to reduce it.
So that was the snowman's first attack, and it's going to turn around and look where the blaster shot came from, Merrick. You kind of dove behind this, tipped over table, and it's going to walk over to where you are, and it's got speed of 40 feet. So we said you were 30 feet away. It's going to kind of go around, look down at you at the table, and just go bring it down upon you. It's going to be a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So another same thing, 25 slashing damage as you're like behind this table, and it just comes down, kind of fish in a barrel style. And so now the snowman is over by Merrick, 30 or 40 feet away from both of you.
Opportunity attacks from both of
you.
us.
Yep.
Cool.
Nice.
I nat 20.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a 2 plus my doesn't matter.
Yeah, so you missed Silcadre, but with the nat 20, of course, you're going to critically hit Big Daddy. So I think it's been a moment, it definitely hasn't been this episode, when we roll critical hits in this show, we're using kind of the better crits, whatever it's called, homebrew rule, where essentially instead of just doubling the number of dice rolled or doubling the damage, instead we do max damage. So if you would normally roll 1d8 plus 4, you now roll 12 damage by default, and then you roll again on top of that. So in this case, Ashton, you just want to count up whatever your max damage would be from that opportunity attack, and then roll your damage on top of that, and that'll be your critical damage. So on an opportunity attack, no less, you do 23 damage, which is very good. This thing is starting to look pretty injured now.
And then can I just
now
try to
it's
figure
Gilly's
out
turn.
This character,
Yeah, Gilly's in the snow, still tinkering with the wand. And he's just kind of like reassuring himself. I know I can do this. I've seen him do it 1,000 times. And I was a good assistant, so I can definitely make this work. I don't know what this is, though. He rips something out. He's progressing on that. Again, if you wanted to expedite that process, you could use your actions to help him. Or you can just keep killing the thing. It's already getting pretty hurt, so, ain't no thing. So, Cadre, back around to your turn.
I think when it comes around to my turn,
and you're now 30 feet away, 40 feet away from
I would like to, so I want to kind of like the various spots on my body that I like slash and drip blood from for my curses and rites and all this stuff. I want to kind of squeeze my hand where I recently just crimson righted my weapons, take some of that blood and just put it in my hands and just kind of create a rune.
Yeah.
And push that rune and do blood curse of bloated agony on his like back, I guess. So just kind of hit him. If he takes 2 attacks, he'll do a 1d8 necrotic, and he has disadvantage on strength and dex checks. Regular action, I'll help our little frog boy.
Okay. Yeah. So you go over, like, kind of crouch down in the snow, and you start checking out. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Oh, amazing. Okay. So what I'm going to say is there's essentially there's 5 levels that this wand needs to progress through to be rewired. Gilly has already progressed at 2, and you just progressed at 2 more.
Cool.
So all it needs is 1 more, effort to get it rewired in order to do more. But that is a very good use of a nat 20.
Sweet.
You go down there and you immediately see something glaringly obvious about how
you're supposed to put the quail feather on top of the glim glam. Come on now. The unicorn hair is poking out the side. Loop it back through, and make sure the Play-Doh is attached right on top.
You're a goddamn genius,
I know, frog boy. I know.
And he goes and follows your instructions. Does everything exactly as you see, and there's a nice zoom, a humming as the wand starts to recalibrate into a new configuration through a stroke of arcane brilliance by Detective Silcadre Ducard. And that brings us back around now to Merrick. You just got slashed, and you're at the feet of this giant.
Yep. How far away is the fireball wand?
From you now, it's probably like 60 feet away.
Okay. Heard.
Great.
Great.
Great, good, love it.
Okay. So I couldn't get to the wand without invoking a
Opportunity
attack.
Yeah. Or you can just roll the dice. Live on the wild side.
All right. So I'm gonna fire off a blaster shot. I just took a hit. Just shakily
Yeah.
up at this thing. So 12.
12?
Yep.
Fantastic.
As a bonus action, could I disengage and use my movement to move towards the wand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That would put you basically at the same place that both Silcadre and Big Daddy are.
Okay.
So you kind of disengage, you kind of dodge out of the way, and make your way back across the square. So you're all three of you are in the same space, right over by Gilly, who's in the snow as well. Now your turn, Big Daddy.
Okay. How far away is the structure from me now?
The giant?
Yeah.
He's about 30, 40 feet from you.
Let me run up to the guy with 30. I'll use the rest of my 10 movement to try to climb up him.
Like 5 feet up?
5 feet up.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep striking at him.
Yeah. Cool.
And then with the open hand technique that I got from my subclass, I am going to attempt to topple him.
So he falls prone. Great. So you see this, you land several devastating blows on him, and you see you're just tripping him, right? So I guess you're like almost like pulling his knee out from under him because you're halfway up him anyway. Yeah. But yeah, you see him falls and slams into the ground. Kind of snow flies up in the air
on top
all
of the
around.
frog, squishing it.
Gilly is gone. No, he falls the other direction, slams into the ground. Now you see that all of his armor is at different places shattered all across. And he's definitely starting to fall apart and crumble. And he is on his last legs, without a doubt. That's all of your economy?
Yep.
Cool.
I'm going to say, ooh, yeah! I hit him with that, yeah.
That was pretty cool, man. I'll give it to you. I'll get back to the wand. It's the snowman's turn. Again, incredibly weak, but starts to come back to its feet. Clumps of snow and shards of ice are like crumbling off of him as he stands up. And he's going to use his action to make one more attack roll against you, Big Daddy.
I'm going to reduce it. Yeah, I'm going to use a bonus action to reflect it. So as he's coming at me with this big sword, I like to think that I grab it, I say. Not today, ice freak.
The damage is just a little bit of shit on your hand.
Just grab it.
Oh shit, okay. I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to get it with this guy. Are you still wearing the wizard hat?
Yeah.
Big Daddy is a badass.
I say, you're all right too, frogman.
All right. And then it's gonna pull the sword back, and it's gonna take its other attack and swing at you, Merrick.
Take 6 damage of necrotic.
Nice. Second attack prompts your thing. Wait, 6 damage of necrotic?
Yeah. It's fucking cooked, ain't it?
Yeah, so he brings back the sword, Merrick.
I have my hand up dripping with blood, and I just squeeze it, and the brand just kind of flashes bright crimson, and it just...
You see it shatter from the inside. Shards of ice fly out everywhere, but otherwise it's like when you throw a snowball against a wall.
And he's like, not today, Iceman. And I'm like, and he goes, and crumbles.
Explodes.
That's a fucking alley-oop, baby.
Yeah,
that was sick. So you see him destroyed. We're now out of initiative. And now it's almost like snowing where you are because all of the contents of the snowman are falling around you. And just as at the same time, Gilly stands up. I got it! I fixed the wand! Oh. Okay. Yeah.
My good frog, you are excellent.
Thanks, man.
I know you were apprenticing, and you have seemed to learned a lot thus far.
Yeah.
Your boss was a fucking freak.
Yeah.
He was a bad guy. He was evil. He's dead. I do want to say he got smushed in a ravine.
Yeah, I figured as much. Ravines down by the lake.
Yeah, you know. How about you don't leave, and you become your own employer, and you reverse all those wands to do good things, and you stay right here in this town and do good for these people.
Self-employed magic frog, huh? Kind of like the sound of that.
I walk over to him and just kind of like stand very close to him. Not intentionally menacingly, but there's a discrepancy. And I take the hat off. And I put it on his little head.
That was very sweet, Big Daddy.
It's like it's big on him. You know,
it's like covering his eyes.
Yeah, he pushes it up, get his sweaters on. This is
Gilly, you do not have to be an evil wizard or artificer or whatever. You very clearly know what you're doing, and you reverse the negative effects of that wand to do something positive.
I have help.
Well, you know, and maybe you can get an assistant, treat them with the utmost respect that they deserve, like you did, and bring some good to this little town, you know?
But by this time, a lot of the townsfolk have like tentatively re-emerged. And they kind of see this, and a couple people start clapping as you're given this.
Lift the frog guy up, put him on one of my shoulders, the other one on yours.
Yeah.
And the people, frog man,
frog man.
and they're cheering, and Gilly's smiling.
Shooting ropes.
Shooting frog
He's
ropes.
beaming. He's so happy. Oh, this is the best time of my life. And as he's on your shoulder, you.
This frog is hammered.
He's gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, I'm what? The town what?
But in this moment, while he's supported by your bodies, the three of you start to feel that your day is coming to an end. Your bodies start to go numb. Your vision starts to go
Fellas,
black.
this was a good one. I enjoyed this one. And then
ringing in your ears, and
This
your
whole
bodies.
time, I've been like just slumped in the snow after taking that hit.
just like this.
Just like,
I go, frog boy, you did good, kid. You did good.
Thanks. Everyone's still
what I
chanting,
did there.
frog man, frog guy. And then your bodies collapse. Last thing you see is as he falls from your collapsing bodies as your vision fades to black and you slip once again into a deep, unknowable unconsciousness. And that is where we will end today's session and adventure. Thank you for watching. Feel free to tune in next time. We've got plenty of episodes coming up and plenty of episodes before this as well. We're going to continue to film in this format because I think it works really well. And if you want to support the show and get some upcoming future bonus content, you can do so on Patreon, patreon.com/stellarcontinuum, which is also linked in the description. And gentlemen, any last words before we sign off today?
Godspeed, you frogman.
I love you, frog boy.
we are Team Frog Boy.
Frog boy.
Frog boy, frog boy, frog guy. And you realize that you're all laying in a dumpster in a narrow alley, surrounded by tall, gray buildings.
Do you think that's shit? It kind of smells like shit.
That is poop.
Brick by brick. Moths to the flame. Brick by brick. Missing person, information wanted. Donovan Gray, PI.
It's my understanding there's a lot of kids going missing around here.
I think there's UFOs flying in and abducting people. And as he says this, you see him start to sway.
Donovan.
Donovan?